Now I want to explain to you why I did that song.
Yes.
Um, I did that song. It's a song by Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, and they wrote True Colors too. And they always let me, God bless them, they always let me arrange my own, version. And so, not like some people, but there are people that get very upset, yes. But I wanted to do the song because I hadn't heard many stories or songs on radio about women driving a car. What that was, it was a power song for me, right? Because if you have a license and you can drive a car, you can go wherever the hell you want. So it was a power song. So that's, why I did it. And, it was an interesting time in my life. I was trying to get a license. I still can parallel park. The driving instructor kept saying to me, it wasn't the instructor, no, that was where I was taking my test. He said, I don't know why you're so nervous. I don't know why so many people are so nervous. And I was like, just don't make me parallel park. No, I didn't say it. I just thought it. I said it. Wow, I don't know. Anyway, around that time, during that album and everything after that kind of fell apart. And I'm talking to you like this and breaking the wall a little bit so that even though this is a big production, you still know that we connect, And I wanted it to be, I'm telling my story, but you know how they always say, tell your story. Because the person next to you that you work with, you're friends with them, they might not know your real story, right? So, and it changes things, because, we're a community, right? So, when everything fell to hell, I don't like to say this because then I feel bad. I met somebody who had a comb over and I felt like, I was with the record company when everybody, kind of left, and I was with these new people who was, I was like somebody else's thing, not theirs. And they used to see one guy, he was the new head guy, sat across from me and said, What is that you're wearing? Why don't you just wear jeans and a t-shirt? Right? And I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just freaking shave your head, you're going balding? But I did not, because I was working on my people skills. I still am. I actually take lessons when I have some time in leadership therapy. That's where my manager doesn't have to come to me and say, Cyndi, you said what to who? Why? So I still work on my people skills. But to make a long story short, obviously, no, it's not going to happen. But the thing is, when everything fell apart for me, and I don't know why I didn't just say, okay, I'm leaving and actually do it. But I was always threatened every time with, you'll be ruined, So after a while, when you ruin so much, what else are they gonna do, right? So I met this woman because I was doing her magazine, and we did that. I don't know if it was the Details a long time ago, in '89, and I talked her into doing this Vargas thing. It's really '88. And it was my album was supposed to come out. When that came out, it never happened. But that came out. And it was, it was the Vargas thing was like a photograph that was painted. They were kind of pin-up girls, but this one was so beautiful with gardenias and everything. So we did that. And then everything fell apart. And then I started to get all depressed. And she looked at me, Annie Flanders, and she said, Cyndi, there are many chapters in your life. Because I became famous, I thought that that was it, you know. You become famous because some silly thing, you know. You think if you do this really big chapter, there's nothing else. But there is, and I'm only telling you this because I want you to realize that when there's a big chapter in your life, you know, you write your own book, right? And that's what I had to realize, and I had to be brave enough to do that. So I just want to tell you there's many chapters, and I had to learn it. And I'm just sharing it with you in case you got it. So, and my husband, David, not Wolf, you know, because I think David Wolf would have got me a gold watch for 10 years of good service. But my husband, David, he told me that I should write my story, my own story, in my own words. And that's what Hat Full of Stars, that album was. And this song was the first song I started writing on Hat Full of Stars. It's called Who Let in the Rain.